Welcome back to the Racing Review, episode 4, going through the weekend's racing and reviewing it. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. The best performance, number 1, is Passive Aggressive. This horse is now 4 from 4 and is building a very nice record for herself. And I think can go onto it and stay competitive. And don't take anything away from Star Patrol either. He's a good horse, but she beat him fair and square, and she is a very, very good horse. The second best performance of the weekend goes to Biometric. Now, this horse doesn't win out of turn. He's always in the money, but he doesn't win out of turn, like I said. But he just blitzed them on Saturday, and the only horse that was chasing him was a horse that was first up, Tavadance. But it was a very good, strong win. The Hayes camp have got him absolutely low flying. Mick D gets along with him very well, and I think that this horse can now go on with it, and I think he can win again at his next start. The third and final best performance of the weekend is Tuvalu. This horse found a best and duly bolted in. And it wasn't as big a margin as you thought it could have been if she was at her best, but she proved that she was, beating a good horse in Visionary, and that horse was on the back up after a slog last week. And that doesn't take anything away from the winner. She was at her best, and she bolted home, and she beat a very good horse. And she is a good horse herself, and she is going to win a lot of races, and hopefully can be a Group 1 winner soon. There's only one best value performance of the weekend, and it goes to Grinzinger Bishop. Now, the way he won, you would have thought he was $1.65 pop. But no, he was 100 to 1. And he won very, very easily. And he bowled away from the rest of his rivals, with the closest rival being Magnus Spin, who was on the fence. And he gave them an absolute toweling. And by the reports of the trainer, he might be heading to the Victoria Derby. So he's one to keep an eye on. Grinzinger Bishop. Now, the disappointing runners of the weekend. The first is Zorro's Dream. Now, he had excuses his past 3 runs, but there were no excuses on Saturday. Well, yeah, there was, sorry. He pulled up with vet issue, so probably forgive the run. But look, he wasn't at his best, and look, any horse pulls up with veterinary issues, there's something wrong. But I still think he could have at least ran on, beaten a couple home. But he finished dead last. So, look, he's going to have to show me something again before I'll back him. And I won't be tipping him anytime soon. Now, I hate to do this, putting American Angel as a disappointing performance. But, look, off a first up run, only been beaten by the short margin she was, to then being beaten by a big margin here at a second run, where she should have taken improvement from the first run and didn't. I thought she was slightly disappointing in the way she finished off, because found little, and she wasn't really racing on the speed. She was pretty one out, one back. But yeah, she didn't find a lot, and is one of the disappointing performances of the weekend's racing. Now, the unluckiest performer of the weekend, and it goes to this horse, Sartorial Splendor. This horse is back after 2 disappointing runs in the spring, and I think that this horse, up to 1200 now, is going to be a force to be reckoned with down the straight, or at Caulfield around the bend, or even Moonee Valley, because look, off that performance, she's back, and she's back bigger than ever. And look, she was up there on the premises for a long way, and was only run down late by a horse that had the camp offer and came storming down the outside in Zach the Boss, who's a very good trade horse himself. But I think Sartorial Splendor is back. Now, the horses to follow. There's 3 of them this week, and the first one of them is Visionary. Only was wasn't a big margin behind Tuvalu to her, and considering she was on the back up from a slog last week, had to face a heavy track, soft track again. I don't think that helped their causes, but it was Tuvalu or Visionary going to finish the winner a long way out, and Tuvalu showed her class, and she got over the line, but Visionary definitely one to follow. The second horse to follow is Tabardance. He was off a very, very long spell. Only on resumption, he finished second. What a run he pulled out, and this horse, he's just amazing for doing that on his first up run. Get him to Caulfield or even back to Flemington, he can show his best, and I think he's going to win his second up run. I'm very confident about that. If they place him in the right race table. And the last horse to follow the weekend is Star Patrol. Now, he was beaten by a very, very good horse who is undefeated in passive aggressive. And a lot of people said that passive aggressive probably wouldn't go up and go on and win again and be stakes competitive. Well, she was stakes competitive, and the market knew on the day she was a favourite, and this guy got pushed out to around $3. But I think that they're both Group 1 quality, and look, it was always going to be a match race between the two of them, and I'm not going to say the best horse came out on top, but the horse that was right on the day, going straight, powered away and won, and this bloke couldn't get his head straight, and Brett Preble tried to straighten him, but his mind probably wasn't there on the day, but I'm sure he will take great improvement out of the run, and look forward to seeing him in the spring. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the review. It means a lot, and I hope you've enjoyed it.